Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing an unboxing, review, and first time test of the Leather Honey Leather Care Kit, which is this box right here. This is going to be a leather cleanser as well as conditioner kit that you can currently get on Amazon for about $38. I recently received this from the company to review, and so what we'll do in this video is we'll go over the packaging, what comes in the actual box. Then I'm going to actually walk through both cleansing as well as conditioning several items that I have, specifically my daily computer messenger bag, which I've had for about 4 or 5 years now, as well as my gold cup Sperry's that I've had for 4 years as well. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing this kit, you can check out the links below. Okay, so this is the Leather Honey Leather Care Kit. You can currently get this on Amazon for about $38. In this kit, it will include a leather cleaner as well as leather conditioner and a couple towel cloths in order to apply these products to whichever leather good you choose. The main highlight of this product is that it's non-toxic and gentle for either cleaning as well as conditioning your leather products, and it's really tailored towards all types of leather. So they recommend it for furniture, car seats, shoes, belts, upholstery, boots, purses, and saddlebags. Really any leather good it should work on. As far as the packaging, it's pretty simple. It's just this box. It says Leather Honey Leather Care Kit and that they've been open since 1968. The rest of the box is pretty generic. As far as once you open it, here's what's included. And so on the left side here, you have the leather cleaner, which is Leather Honey Leather Cleaner. It says that it cleans and restores leather, faux leather, vinyl, plastic, and rubber. As far as the back, it says instructions use on all types of leather except suede, also for use on vinyl, plastic, rubber, and faux leather. They say dampen a lint-free cloth with cleaner, then gently wipe down leather. Do not oversaturate. Allowed to dry completely. On genuine leather, follow with Leather Honey Leather Conditioner. As far as everything else, it says shake well, test in discrete areas first, and then use only as directed. And then the ingredients, they do not list here, but that's it for the leather cleaner. So that's this bottle. As far as the volume, I'll have to look online. Oh, it says 8 fluid ounces, so that's the quantity. And then the leather conditioner is this bottle here. And so this basically says protects and restores, no oily residue, it's water repellent and non-toxic, and then it says that one treatment should last for 6 months. And then on the back side here it says that Leather Honey revitalizes stiff, weathered leather and softens, protects, and extends the life of new leather, used on all types of leather except suede. It says that conditioning may darken some leather or bring out natural inconsistencies inherent in all leather. Coated leather may not absorb conditioner. Always test in discrete areas first and follow any specific manufacturer care instructions for your leather item. And then it says instructions: apply a small amount of Leather Honey to lint-free application cloth, then thinly coat surface of leather. Use product at or above room temperature. Product may be warmed for easier application. Then allow a minimum of 2 hours for absorption, preferably overnight, and wipe off excess. And then use leather, it says clean surface with Leather Honey Leather Cleaner first, allow to dry, and then follow the instructions as above. This again is 8 ounces, so that's that container. And then they do have a couple lint-free cloths here, so they have 2 separate cloths which you can use each on the for the cleaner as well as the conditioner, which is nice of them. And so that's everything for the box. What we'll do now is I'll walk through both cleaning as well as conditioning my messenger bag as well as my leather Sperry topsiders. Okay, so here are the 2 separate leather items that I wanted to test the leather care kit on. One is my leather messenger bag that I routinely use on a daily basis to bring my computer to work. This bag I've had for about 4 or 5 years, and it's got a bunch of scrapes, stains, and everything like that. And so it'll be a good example to see how this cleans up and how it conditions as far as after using the leather care kit. Then we have my Sperry topsiders, which are the Gold Cup model in the Sahara color. I've had these additionally for about 4 years, and as you can tell, they're pretty stained. So I'm really curious to see how these clean up with this kit. As far as how we'll present this, what I'll do is I'll show you a before for the messenger bag, then we'll walk through cleaning it. I'll show you what it looks like after with the cleaner, then we'll walk through conditioning it, and then I'll show you what it looks like after with the conditioner. Then we'll do the similar kind of steps as far as for the topsiders, but we'll show you what the bag looks like right now. So this is what it looks like. As far as the front here, it has less wear because it really doesn't scrape or anything like that, but on the bottom there's a bunch of stains across the bottom and edges here, a bunch of dirt and grime. And then the back side here is probably where it has the most wear. So as you can see, this is where it rubs across my back with the shoulder strap, and there's a bunch of wear patterns across here, a bunch of scrapes along the edges, and so that's what the messenger bag currently looks like. Now what we'll do is we'll walk through cleaning. Okay, so first off, we'll show you what it looks like as far as cleaning the back. What they instruct you to do is shake this well and then just apply it and dampen the lint-free cloth that's included. And so we'll just pour a small amount on the corner here, and basically it saturates this entire cloth here, and then we'll just basically rub this in and see how this cleans as far as the leather. I'm just going to show you on camera the back panel here to get you a sense of what it does as far as performance for cleaning. Then I'll walk through actually cleaning the rest of the bag off of camera and show you what it looks like afterwards, just for the sake of time. But really kind of we'll just rub this in, see how it looks, and we'll go from there. So I think that actually gives you a good example, just that much, as far as the difference. And so if you look here on the surface, it actually took out a bunch of the stain and oiling that was there. And so it brought it down to the basic leather kind of like leather like surface there. It's hard to tell on camera, but it does look a little bit cleaner, better for the eye on that edge there. So now what I'll do is I'll do the rest of the bag with the cleaner and show you what it looks like after. Okay, so this is what the bag looks like after using the cleaner. I just did a surface wipe down of the entire bag. As far as the cloth, it actually picked up a lot of dirt and debris from that. But what you can see is the actual bag looks much better as far as the surface. It looks just like it took off all the surface stains, the oily residue that built up, and it was just kind of like a better overall like leather condition after cleaning it across the entirety of the bag on all the surfaces. And so it really has cleaned it and primed it well for the conditioner. So I'm really curious to see what this looks like after conditioning it with their conditioner. But definitely just off of the cleanser, it's definitely a step up, and you can actually see the leather has more saturation and that leather appearance, which was previously like matted and flatted from kind of like dirt and grime that was built up on it. So now what we'll do is we'll walk through using the conditioner. Okay, so similarly for the instructions here, it says apply a small amount to the lint-free cloth, and so we'll just choose a corner here. I'll do one without the tag, but basically apply this directly on here. It's kind of the consistency of like an oily consistency, so this should spread evenly throughout. So basically we'll just cover this back panel like we started with the cleanser and see how this looks after applying it. Immediately it's basically soaking directly into here, so I'm curious how much you need to use as far as application, but that's always a good sign, because if it's soaking in, it's really just basically oiling up the leather, conditioning it, and making sure that it stays moisture in general. But it's immediately soaking up, so that's a good sign. We'll just kind of finish up this back panel, and then what I'll do is I'll do the rest of the bag and we'll see what this looks like after using it. That's what that panel looks like after using it. It does have like a slight oily residue there, but immediately on applying it, it does soak in directly into this. And so what I'll do now is I'll condition the rest of the bag and we'll see what this looks like afterwards. Okay, so this is what the bag looks like after applying the leather conditioner. Immediately you can tell a complete stark difference. So basically the leather conditioner soaked directly in. There's a couple oil spots, but as you can tell, it's much more darker and richer of a color. Really brought out that darker, like reddish hue of the leather, which was previously lacking, kind of matted. Then additionally on the back here, where it looked kind of terrible and was just kind of like a shiny appearance, the leather actually soaked in all the conditioner, and it's actually much softer. If you touch it, it's much softer feel. It's much more supple. It has more ply and give. It's not as hard and dry as it used to be. So I'm really impressed with this product as far as use. It did use a decent amount. I'm not entirely sure, but about like that much of the bottle. But there's probably about like whatever, like 8 to 10 uses more just from kind of this use, and this bag was pretty bad as far as condition. But that's it for the leather messenger bag. Now what we'll do is we'll whip out my Sperry's and do a similar thing for shoes to get a sense of how that performs for that. All right, so sorry, I actually forgot to turn on the microphone, but this is actually a good spot to show you what the leather cleaner has done for the Sperry's. So I've had these Sperry Gold Cup Sahara models for about 4 years. They're my go-to shoe. I absolutely love them. And recently I actually purchased a new pair of Sperry's simply because these were starting to get gross and grimy, and I felt like it was appropriate to get a new pair. But the right shoe, this is what it looked like before without being cleaned, but there's a bunch of surface debris, kind of dirt all along the bottom here, and that's what it looks like as far as discoloration and things like that. And this is actually what the shoe looks like after cleaning with the cleanser. So it did get a little bit, it's soaked as far as the fluid, so you can see that there is some discoloration in the leather from that, but overall the surface is much more cleaner. It actually pulled out all the dirt and grime that was on the surface, and you can actually see that the leather, like, texture is coming back in certain places just from it being cleaned. So very similar to the leather messenger bag, it really just brought it down to the surface of the leather, removed all the dirt and grime, and brought it to like its basic like leather kind of condition that it could be conditioned from. So that's what the left shoe looks like. Again, this is the right for side-by-side comparison, but definitely cleaner and better. So what I'll do is I'll finish up the right shoe, show you what that looks like, and then we'll start conditioning these as well. Okay, so here's what the right shoe looks like after cleaning it. So very similar, it pulled off all the surface dirt and debris. It actually was really good at getting in these crevices here along the sole of the shoe. There was a bunch of dirt and grime in there, but you can see that all of that's now gone, and the surface is basically clean all the way down to the sole of the shoe. So I'm really impressed with this as far as cleaning. So what we'll do now is we'll let this dry a little bit, and then we'll walk through conditioning this as well. Okay, so it did dry a little bit, but for the sake of this video, I did want to finish this off, and so we'll start applying the deep conditioner to the leather. I'll probably do the left shoe first just to see what it looks like. Then we'll do both shoes entirely, and then we'll circle back and show you what it looks like after conditioning the entirety of the shoe. Okay, so here's what they look like immediately after application. So as you can tell, the conditioner soaked all the way through the shoe. It was pretty saturated from that standpoint, so it is much darker as far as discoloration from the moisture. That happened for both of the shoes, which is very similar to what I've done in the past when I've used other conditioners. These get really dark, but they do lighten up as the conditioner or the oil kind of soaks in. But what I'll do is I'll leave these overnight, see what they look like in the morning after they dry a little bit to see if the discoloration improves. And then the only other thing I wanted to do before that is these are my separate pair of Sperry's that I actually purchased that are brand new. These are the Sperry topsiders in the amaretto color. I just wanted to apply some of this conditioner here to see what it looks like on absolutely brand new leather, just to see kind of whether this kind of like loosens up this leather, because this is a very stiff shoe. The leather is very thick and it's pretty hard, so by softening it up it might kind of make it look better. We'll see if it discolors it as well, but we'll basically just apply this to both of the shoes and kind of see what it looks like and what it feels like after conditioning it. All right, so this is a really good example of how well this leather conditioner works. This is the shoe without conditioner, so it's basically very stiff, hard kind of leather, not that great, and you can see that the leather is generally just very dry. After one application with the leather conditioner, you can see that it's much more supple, softer, more malleable in the hand, and there's much better like shininess and kind of sheen to the surface. So I'm really impressed with this. It definitely will improve the overall quality of this leather on the Sperry. So I'm going to do the rest of this on this shoe, but I'll circle back tomorrow at some point. All right, so here are the two shoes about 24 hours out. As far as the Sperry Gold Cups, you can see that there is some discoloration as far as darkness, but the overall quality of the leather is much smoother. It got rid of all the dirt, grime, and that sort of thing on the shoe. So a lot of these are probably just surface stains or deeper stains that have already been there. Overall, they look really good though, much better than they were before. The leather is very soft, it's very pliable. As far as the separate pair, very similarly with conditioning this, with that conditioner, the leather is much more softer than it was. They still probably need some more break-in time as far as wear, but this leather specifically across the like front of the shoe is much better. So that's all we have for the Leather Honey leather care kit. Definitely check it out. It's only $38 on Amazon, but it seems to work very well for shoes as well as leather messenger bags. And I'm sure it would work really well for other leather products. So thanks for watching and have a great night.